take your seats. I'll bring you back up just. Good evening, and welcome to the 2021 Grand Rapids Community College Police Academy graduation. At this time, we ask that everyone would please stand as we have the posting and presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem.
When you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof thought our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may take your seats.
Squad, recite. Squad, seated.
For those of you just joining us, again, we want to welcome you to the 2021 Grand Rapids Community College Police Academy graduation. It is indeed an honor and a privilege. My name is Jermaine Reese, and I am the, now outgoing director. This is a bittersweet moment for me, for this will be the last graduation ceremony that I get to officiate. So it has been a privilege and an honor to serve along the professional men and women that represent the law enforcement community, for keeping us safe, for investing time and energy in this program and in our recruits, and in your individual community. So at this time, would you please give our law enforcement community represented here a huge round of applause. On behalf of the Grand Rapids Community College Police Academy, the recruits, I would like to thank each and every one of you who have taken time to come out and to celebrate on this joyous occasion. Truly, this is a moment to be celebrated because in a time such as this, where we see a lot of negativity displayed as it relates to this profession that I've committed the last 26 years of my life, and these men and women continue to commit their lives to, we aren't shining as bright in the community as we should. And so these men and women to still have a desire to break across barriers, to fight and to continue to push forward through this health pandemic, to want to pursue a career of service, they are commended. And to you, the family that support them along this journey, we recognize you and thank you as well. You could have been anywhere you wanted to on tonight, but you chose to come and celebrate these men and women, which they are truly deserving. They have completed nearly 700 hours of training, and this is the moment that they've been waiting for since back in last March. And so let's give our recruits that we're here to honor tonight a round of applause as well. Before we move forward in the program, there are a few people that I would like to acknowledge. If we have any Board of Trustee members, would you please stand and be recognized? Do we have any elected officials or clergy represented in the House? If you would please stand and be recognized at this time. All right. We would like to honor our president of this college in his absence, Dr. Bill Pink. We also have with us today Dr. Canetto, who will briefly, as I sit down, he will come and address the recruits. We would like to thank and welcome our new interim dean of workforce development, Mrs. Julie Parks. If you could stand and please be recognized. To our staff, do we have any GRCC staff in the audience? If you can stand and be recognized. Instructors, we know we still have some instructors. If you would stand, as well as the instructors on the stage, please stand and be recognized. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge two key individuals who have been instrumental and a huge support to me in this period of transition. Our department chair, Mr. Gary Ebels, and our professional support person, Mrs. Rachel Crapel. If I missed anyone, please do not jump me in the hallway afterwards. That's the trouble with making a list and acknowledging individuals, is that you're always apt to forget someone. So if I did forget, please forgive me. At this time, I would like to welcome to the mic our Provost for Grand Rapids Community College, Dr. Brian Canetto.
Thank you, Dr. Reese. You did forget to thank somebody, yourself. But Dr. Reese has served GRCC for a long time in this role and has transformed our police academy, and the outcomes from this academy are in high regard due to his work and his efforts. So again, thanks to Dr. Reese. I want to be among the first to offer my deepest congratulations to all of the recruits. You have successfully completed a rigorous program, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished. And I also want to thank you for entering a noble profession. You're about to leave here and take your next step, and I'm not even going to pretend to know what you're going to be asked to go out and do, nor what your families and friends will face each day when you go out to work. You put yourself on the line to make difficult, quick decisions when the positive outcome is never guaranteed, and in times of very high scrutiny. But I feel confident in your abilities to succeed and make informed decisions and take responsible, ethical actions. Because you're a product of GRCC's Police Academy. You're a product of Dr. Reese and your faculty and a program that is designed to create ethical, integral cadets. And that means something. You were trained and educated based on principles and philosophies of policing that represent the mission and values of GRCC. When you leave here and go into the field, you're a representative of GRCC and what we stand for. And I want you to remember what weight that carries. But you'll also be wearing a shield. And when you're on watch, you represent that shield and the community emblazoned on that shield. I encourage you to remember that you represent that community and that you are deliberate about engaging in that community. Take the time to understand that community and serve that community. Your uniform will also have your name on it. You are a representative of yourself, your family, and your ethics. And you all know that that means a lot. How do you want to define yourself in this profession? How will your training, your service, and your personal values inform what you do? It won't and it shouldn't always be easy. But if you remember your training, the perseverance that got you through it, the teamwork, the principles that guide you, I know you will succeed. I wish you all the best of luck. My congratulations again, my thanks to you, and please, above all else, be safe. Thank you.
I want to thank Dr. Canetto for those words. At this time, we would like to acknowledge our instructors once more. So even the instructors that are standing on the stage, if those men and women, if you could please stand. If you have taught or even volunteered at any point in this academy, would you please stand? For truly, without the expertise and the professionalism of these men and women that pour into each and every recruit that sit before you and will stand before you this evening, none of this would be able to be accomplished. None of the things that we do here are possible without you. So for those of you that have been hanging out with me for the last 4 years, Joy, Marty, Nate, and see, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Rem, Steph. So for all of those, and even of those of you who are watching, we have a long list of instructors. We've got new instructors, Cam Robles, Brian Lookie, who's an old but new, a returning instructor. So I want to thank those men and women for putting up with me. I know there was a lot of uncertainty initially when I transitioned in as the training director, but those men and women who stuck by me, they bought into the vision and the leadership, and so my heart goes out to you, and I thank you very much for that. I want to, at this point in time, acknowledge our squad leaders. If you will stand. Let's give them a round of applause, because these men and you can take your seats. These men and women were selected because of their leadership displayed not only as the police academy started, but even when we go back to their boot camp training. And so we try to instill in each and every one of the recruits that every day that you spend in this program is an interview. So you're being watched, you're being assessed, not just for those things that you're doing wrong, but to see the potential, so that way we know what to do and how to push you to become your best version of yourself. Not that any of these other men and women who weren't selected were not leaders, because each and every one of them were a leader in their own right. But these men and women who stood up showed a little bit more, and they were willing to step in and serve in a role that is not always easy. It's not easy to supervise or be in a supervisory role over your peers. And so they were an intermediary between myself and the rest of the police recruits. They did things as conduct their daily inspections to make sure that each recruit looked professional and had all the equipment that they needed before they started their day of training. They also had the responsibility of writing a weekly report and submitting to me, because I can't be in every single classroom every day. So they monitored and related back to me the things that were going on in that classroom. And so I thank them for answering the call. And I know some of them didn't want that leadership role because they didn't want the attention. But I thank you for stepping up and stepping out and accepting that role. So again, I want to personally thank you for your sacrifice that you have given towards this academy. I want to bring up a couple of recruits. Well, before I do that, before I bring up the squad leaders to share a little bit of their experience, I want to acknowledge two particular instructors. Each year, both squads are tasked with selecting the individual who demonstrated and went over and above, and I'm gonna get myself in trouble again, but no, I'm not. The recruits picked them. So they select who they choose. want to represent them as their Instructor of the Year. So for Session 88, which is our morning group, they selected Sergeant Matt Perez from East Grand Rapids Department of Public Safety. So let's give him a round of applause. He is not here. The evening session, Session 89, they selected Detective Andrew Measel from Granville Police Department, who could not be here as well, so let's give him a round of applause as well. Typically, in this ceremony, we have a video that was shown, and I want to thank recruit Sean Marshall for putting a video together for me. We did not display that video, not because the video had anything inappropriate, but I chose to allow you to hear reflections from the recruits. In light of everything that's going on, I wanted you to hear directly from the mouths of these individuals who are going to serve to understand why in a time like this, they still are pursuing a career and a pathway in service. So to represent the morning squad, Session 88, I'm going to ask to the stage Recruit Taylor McKinney, who will share and give her reflections. Once she takes her seat, I'm going to ask that Recruit Lauren Tompkins from Session 89 will come and do the same.
Good evening. I like to say first what a blessing it is that we are all here today. Through COVID, we put some blood, sweat, and tears into this, but we made it to this moment right here. Congratulations to both Sessions 88 and 89. We did it. Even though this isn't the best time in the public eye to become a police officer, I still decided to make the noble decision to pursue this profession. I chose law enforcement because I want to be active in the community to help others. I want to be a part of the change that I want to see. I want to help change the narrative in the public eye of law enforcement. Believe it or not, throughout my experience in the police academy, I've learned to be more confident in myself, confident in my decisions, and confident in the direction that I want to go in life. My overall experience in this police academy was enlightening, empowering, and educational. I came into the academy with no law enforcement experience or knowledge, but I come out being able to experience and learn things about this profession we're about to step into. I am now more eager than ever to get started. Being as though this is our graduation and most of us have conditional job offers, we must take the position of authority that we will have seriously. This moment and our futures are vitally important in what we do going forward. I believe that every one of you can be some of the best components in this law enforcement family that we're joining. Everyone be encouraged. Blue Line Life says, bravery is not the absence of fear, but action in the face of fear. Let's uphold the law, our integrity, our families, our departments, our communities, and ourselves. Let's have and keep the courage to hold ourselves and others accountable for our actions. Be confident in yourselves and in your decisions you make every day. Watch your thoughts, for they become words. Watch your words, for they become actions. Watch your actions, for they become habits. Watch your habits, for they become character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'll leave you with this police officer's prayer. Lord, I ask for courage. Courage to face and conquer my own fears. Courage to take me where others will not go. I ask for strength. Strength of the body to protect others, and strength of spirit to lead others. I ask for dedication. Dedication to do my job, to do it well. Dedication to my community, to keep it safe. Give me, Lord, concern for others who trust me. and compassion for those who need me. And please, Lord, through it all, be by my side. It's my honor to salute all of you on your bravery and perseverance to become law enforcement officers. Congratulations and thank you. Before I exit off the stage, the director didn't know this, but Session 88 wanted to do something a little more special for him since this is his last year with us. So I'm gonna ask Izzy Amaya to come up here and give a speech as we present an award to him.
All right. Session 88 would like to present this farewell award to Director Jermaine Reese in your last and final year of being director of the GRCC Police Academy. Today is a sad day for us recruits, fellow coworkers, and GRCC staff as we say farewell to Director Reese. In 2017, he transitioned from full-time teaching to directly impacting the West Michigan law enforcement community when asked to serve as the interim director of the GRCC Police Academy. In 2018, he became the full-time program director for both the police and local corrections officers academies. Director Reese has conducted research on police misconduct and most recently role perceptions of urban African American police officers. Director Reese always took the time to ask us how we are doing. He would give us advice when we needed it, and he listened to our thoughts and ideas, even the silly ones. Over these 6 months, you have molded us into not only police officers, you have allowed our passion to serve, protect, and promote positive policing with our communities be possible. We thank you for the guidance you have given us through these 6 months. Before we take the next step into our individual careers, we wish you the best as you continue on in your career. And we send you off with special words from each one of us. Troy, inspiring. Taylor McKinney, empowering me to achieve the unachievable against all odds. Ari, thank you for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. And thank you for always clearing it up that I was unavailable. Some of these are insiders too, by the way. Nikos, agent of change. Tamra, supportive. Wendy, always willing to help and push everyone to make sure we succeed. Danny, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Cam, dedicated. Kenna, you look very nice today. Garrett, I admire your leadership and your investment in the future of law enforcement through our academy. Joshua, true value of a leader is not measured by the work they do. A leader's true value is measured by the work they inspire others to do. Levi, success is going from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Brian, push yourself. Nolan, a noble role model for the field of law enforcement. Rebecca, thanks for picking me up when I fell. David, invested in educating and enabling future law enforcement officers with the tools and skills necessary to safely and effectively person their duties. Harley, thank you for taking the chance and never sleeping on me. Francisco, true leadership lies in guiding others to success. Josh, true leadership lies in guiding others to success. Sean, appreciate commitment to our success in a demanding career by investing in us with your time and resources. And me, believing in me and not giving up on me over the past 2 years of the academy. We know with your drive, passion, and humble heart, you will do incredible things for not only you and your family, but continue to be not only a positive influence on law enforcement community as a whole, but a gift for the law enforcement field as a whole. Then there's a quote, you don't get to choose the people you serve, Session 88.
As Lauren comes up, I just want to show you, I want to thank you. I mean, and that was not scripted, so this means a great deal to me. I want to thank you guys, and so they're doing this to try to see if they're gonna make me cry is what they're trying to do, because that's the bet I want. I don't even know how much. I don't even want to know what the pool is, but from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, each and every one of you. You truly, both sessions 88 and 89 will hold a special spot in my heart, and I'll talk about that all in my 10-hour speech afterwards. So, but thank you.
Good evening. I wanted to start by thanking all our family, friends, instructors, and departments for being here with us tonight. The unwavering support you have all shown us throughout this process is undeniable and much appreciated. When the director asked for squad leaders to speak tonight, I wondered what I should say or even how to begin. So I figured the best way to start would be the same way we started each class for the past 8 months, and that was with the Oath of Honor, and you saw us start this evening with that. If you're not familiar, the Oath of Honor states, "On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution, my community, and the agency I serve." This was a daily reminder of the responsibility we are taking on by entering the law enforcement profession. A reminder that we are entrusted with the lives of others, and with that comes great responsibility. We have a responsibility to ourselves, to our departments, and to our communities to be fair and impartial, and to act with integrity in everything we do. We need to remember we do not choose who we help in this field, and we are responsible for helping anyone in need and doing that with respect. We have a responsibility to act with courage. Courage not only when faced with danger, but also the courage within ourselves. The courage to do what is right and to stand up for what is just, and to hold ourselves and others accountable, no matter how hard it may be. Coming into law enforcement right now may seem strange or scary to some people. Many of us have been asked over and over again why we want to become police officers in this social climate. But time and time again, I have heard from my squads the same answer, that this is a calling to them, not just a job. A passion and understanding to serve is exactly what we need from new officers entering the profession, and I'm here to say I have seen that here in this academy class. I'm confident that we are going to go into this field with the right intentions and with servants' hearts. It is my hope everyone finds the right department and community to call home and makes the difference we all set out to do from the start. Thank you.
This next young lady that I'm going to ask to come to the stage, Miss Unavailable or No Longer Available Ariani Munoz. And the inside joke, I don't even know how we got there, but we were doing introductions on day one. I know what it was. She was very, very happy about her, she had just gotten married. And so when we were doing introductions, she introduced herself as No Longer Available Ari. So she will ever be remembered as Not Available Ari. So if non-available Ari will be available to come to the stage right now, I would greatly appreciate it to share words from the collective group.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ariani Munoz. I go by Ari. I always gotta make sure I let people know I go by Ari. Some reason, it sounds like I have more than one R in my name, but I don't, I only have one. It's just I have a Hispanic name, and you know how that goes. First of all, I want to thank again each family and agency that were able to be present today at this special celebration of ours. Your presence and support means the world to us. I also want to thank all the instructors that contributed to our success, because without you guys, this would have not been possible. Also, I cannot leave my girl, Ms. Rachel Crapo. Thank you for your hard work behind the scenes, because people like you are the ones who make things work. Sorry, Mr. Director Reese, you're also thanked. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for being a reasonable person, for backing us up, and always being there when we needed to talk to someone. Director Reese is someone who looks scary and rough from the outside, but in the inside, he's really a big teddy bear. He don't like hearing this, but, and by the way, Director Reese, you look really nice today again. Definitely, yes. So just a little over 24 hours ago, I was asked for a favor, and I was told that I was not allowed to say no. So guess what? I said yes. But by no means was I ever forced to even say yes, not at all. But more than just a favor, I took this as an honor and a privilege to be able to represent my fellow classmates, now brothers and sisters. Ever since I can remember, I've always been preparing myself for quotations, the real world. Throughout the academy, I came to find out that I'm living in the real world. Shocker. But now looking back, I remember when we started in January, everything felt so uncertain and nothing was promised. We were just a step closer to our goals, but that was all. But can we take a hot moment right now? Can I keep it real with y'all? Can we keep it 100 like we say out here in the cuts? I entered this academy with so many insecurities, with doubts and constantly comparing myself to others. It took me a while to realize that all of us recruits make up a body, and as we all know, each body part serves as a function. Each part is unique in their own special way, and without the effort and skills of each part, the body cannot easily operate. With this being said, I want to point out the hard work and dedication that we all invested into each other, helping and picking up one another in order to be here today. Despite the different adversities that we individually went through during the academy, we managed to push and pull through. In closing, I'm going to read this word by word because I think I did a good job on this part. And plus, I'm being recorded. I'm going into history, so. In closing, these are troubling times we currently find ourselves in. Life is full of many challenges, and the world we live in is far from perfect. But I have the greatest faith in you all. I believe that you will make your community a better and safer place, and that you will be shining examples of professionalism. I believe that we can depend on you, and I believe that you will make us all proud. Always give your best, work hard, demonstrate integrity in all that you do. We are all counting on you. Congratulations to all of us recruits. God bless America, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. That's all right. That was a 10-minute speech that she gave in about 45 seconds because, but no. I asked Ari to speak because I watched this young lady, and all of these individuals are to be commended. But I met Ari, would it be about 2 years ago, and she came in the office and said she wanted to go into the police academy. So I'm like, okay, well, this is what you need to do. And so I watched her systematically check off each box. And then she made the decision to not pursue her career because she felt that she wasn't ready at that particular moment. But to see her make a decision, a grown-up decision, that this isn't the time for me, that I need to put or invest more time in myself, and then come back when I'm fully ready to engage and pursue this opportunity says a lot. It speaks to her level of maturity, and that's the reason why I asked her to come and share words, because each academy I wind up with a bunch of sons and daughters, even Troy, who's probably about 2 years, no, I'm not, he's not 2 years younger than me, I'm joking. But I wind up with another group of sons and daughters, but meeting and spending time with Ari and even Izzy, where's Izzy? Yeah, Izzy, yeah. So, but some kind of gravitate and wind up becoming truly like sons and daughters, and so thank you for that. As we move forward in the service, we have several awards that we are going to distribute. The first award, it gives me great honor and privilege to recognize, is the Robert Kosminski Scholarship. This scholarship was created because of the sacrifice that he paid. He paid the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. And his parents, who could not be here today, we want to say we thank you for your continuous support of the GRCC Police Academy, through maintaining and continuously keeping the scholarship going to help assist these men and women pursue their goal of becoming a police officer. This year, the Kosminskis awarded 2 scholarships. And I'm going to ask those 2 recruits to stand up and come and receive their certificate. We have from session 88, Nikos Rosser. And we also have from session 89, recruit Kayla Bachler. And if Kayla's family is here, I apologize if I mispronounced her last name, but she would never give me clarity on how to actually enunciate her last name, so I didn't know if it was Bakler or Bachler, and she said it was both. So I apologize if I messed it up anywhere in between. But congratulations, Kayla. Next, I have the privilege to award, years ago they had Charlie Wells. If you've been around Grand Rapids Community College for any length of time, you know who Charlie Wells was. Charlie was a great asset to the police academy when he was here, particularly in the role of PT and subject control. We reinstituted that award last year to acknowledge the individuals who demonstrated and showed significant improvement in their overall physical aptitude during the police academy. So from session 88, this award goes to no longer available Ariani Munoz. From session 89, we have recruit Lauren Tompkins. You can't see their faces because of the mask, but most of them are surprised because they don't know beforehand any of the awards that they are receiving. These 2 young ladies that received this award this year because of the work. Let me say that we had some tremendous recruits in this academy. And where's Brian? Brian, man, I tell you, youth is something special, because to watch this young man crank out 91 push-ups, I could barely keep up. I think my thumb wound up getting a cramp, but we had some tremendous physical athletes in this academy. But those two young ladies overcame some huge obstacles to make sure that they were physically fit. And so I felt that that was appropriate to award them those two rewards. Next, I'm going to ask that retired Sergeant Mark Reminga will come, and he is going to present the Sharpshooter Awards for the Awards for Firearms.
Thank you, everybody. We have a police shooting competition. We teach them all kinds of practical skills. I'm shorter than Dr. Reese. I'm going to bring that mic over. You can take your mask off. You're up here with me if you like.
I don't want to get fired.
You don't want to get fired? Oh, okay. Am I going to get fired? No. So anyway, they work on marksmanship, developing their skills for accuracy at a greater distance. We put them through a stress course where we have them run, do some pretty strenuous stuff, run through what we call a combat or a stress course. Just a variety of things, different levels of skills. And basically, it's a competition amongst the recruits. The first 5 places out of the group get points. The person with the highest points through all the events that they placed in gets the awards. So for session 88, I'd like to congratulate.
So stop.
Oh,
So Mark doesn't know this. Mark has been, for the greater part of, how many years have you been an instructor here?
almost 30.
So almost as long as I've been alive, Mark is, no, I'm joking.
I started when I was about 7.
So he has done a tremendous job with our firearms program. I was trying to coach him and tell him to actually read the actual award. This year, we changed to honor Mark and the work that he's done. No longer is it just the Firearms Sharpshooter Award, it's the Reminga Sharpshooter Award.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Well, thank you.
So, and I don't take credit. I'm going to ask Brian if he was staying. He brought the idea of changing the name of the award. Come on up here, Brian. Where's Brian? So
I'm going to somebody.
you're going together. So he brought the idea of changing the name of the award to honor Mark. And because of the work that he's done, because of the time that he puts into making sure that the recruits, and not just him, but all of our firearms instructors, we have a great core of instructors. But because of the consistency, because of the time that he's put into the program, we felt that it was appropriate to name the award after him. So congratulations to you.
Wow, well, thank you so much. I'm flattered. Yeah, really, thank you. And I should have known that this man would have had something to do with it. We'll talk about him later. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty humbling. Grand Rapids Community College 2021 Police Academy Firearms Reminga Sharpshooter Award, Session 88, Sean Marshall. Come on up, Sean. Thank you. Congratulations. Awesome. Nice job. And the Session 88 Firearms Shooting Award goes to Zachary, just like the drink, Martini. Congratulations. totally unscripted. Listen to all the recruits talking about the fellowship and, you know, the men and women and all the peers and everything, providing safety and security and, you know, taking on the challenge and everything that you law enforcement folks and families have gone through. I'd like to just take one brief moment of silence to show our appreciation for the sacrifice our fellow Marines made in Afghanistan, if we could do that for just a moment. Thank you very much.
The next set of awards, and I know she normally has a script that she reads and talks about the importance of the award, but for the most outstanding vehicle or emergency vehicle operations award for session 88, I'm going to ask that, no, we don't have, do we have any of our, never mind, I won't do. So for session 88, the award goes to recruit Kenna Allen. For session 89, the award goes to recruit David Genslack. The last award, before I share or give my last comments or final comments to the recruits, comes from MCOs. So we're going to ask that our field representative, Gretchen Galloway, will come and present the MCO's Most Outstanding Performance Award. And this award has a couple of different, has a couple of different categories that have to be met. So leadership, their approachability, their communication. And so there are 3 or 4 different categories that the recruits vote on, and they select who they feel as the most outstanding recruit. The instructors actually get to weigh in on who they feel, and then I have not the final say, but I look at those and concur or vote as well. And so we have Ms. Gretchen Galloway to present the recipients this year.
Thank you. You stole my speech, but that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to hear this twice. You can say it again. Before I present the awards, on behalf of MCOLS, we are the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards. So we are the regulatory agency for all the police departments, police officers, and police academies. On behalf of MCOLS, I would like to thank Dr. Reese for your 5 years of service that you've given to the academy and to all the recruits or your children over the last 5 years. If we could give him an applause. As he stated, the MCOLS Outstanding Performance Award is given to one outstanding trainee out of each approved basic training sessions. There are 20 police academies in the state of Michigan. Over the past year, so some academies have 2 within the year. Over the past year, there were 34 academy sessions that graduated, and through that, there were 935 recruits. So 1 per academy. So the 2 recipients of this, it's quite an honor that you are receiving this award today. The purpose of this award is to recognize a basic recruit who exhibits high standards of performance measured by their mental, physical, moral fitness while in the training environment. The Outstanding Performance Award is measured by categories of knowledge, skill, leadership, interpersonal communication, and appearance. And as Dr. Reese stated, it is voted on by the recruits, instructors, and the director himself. So 1, knowledge, it's based on all the test scores and your comprehensive legal test. 2, skills, the skills areas provided at the academy are emergency vehicle operations, firearms, subject control, physical fitness, and first aid. And this is both written tests in the classroom and performance-based. The 3rd one is interpersonal communication, someone who's able to communicate and be an active listener amongst their recruits and instructors, which is going to be very important in this field as you carry on. Leadership is the 4th one. An example they provide to their recruits: they're courteous, mature, have a positive attitude towards the school's requirements and law enforcement code of ethics. The last one is demeanor, their appearance at all time. The award for session 88, I'm always like drum roll, goes to Tamara Sutton. The same award is presented to someone in session 88, and that goes to Josiah Chomsky. Congratulations to both.
Bear with me. We are nearing the moment that we all have really come here for, to recognize and honor the recruits. But before we get there, wouldn't be right if I didn't share a final last few words with each of you. For my last words, I always try to make things relevant for the academy. For each session is definitely unique. Most importantly, I try to make things relevant to the things that are going on in the community as it relates to this profession. Each year, the reflection is based off of the oath of honor that you recite each and every day of your academy experience. This is a simple yet powerful oath. This year, the line that jumped out was right in the middle of the oath, and it just states, "I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions." Said, "I will always have the courage to hold myself first and others accountable for our actions." I commend each and every one of you for staying the course. The year 2020 and even the events of this year have shown us a great deal about ourselves, this profession, you now stand at the threshold awaiting to cross over into what I believe is one of the most, if not the most, or the noblest profession on this earth. History and the events of 2020 and 21 have shown us that there is a great need for change. Some might argue with me, and I like to argue, that the profession doesn't need any change. My response to those individuals is that any organization that does not evolve for the better over time or fails to change and adapt to its circumstances has become stagnant and no longer of good use. COVID-19 may have delayed your start of your training. For we normally start in August. You all had your training was delayed until January. However, those of you who remained, you refused to be denied the opportunity to join the ranks of the numerous men and women who await your presence to be the change that they know is needed and the change you desire to be. The scene is ready and the stage is set for you to challenge and disrupt the status quo and system that is ready to receive the much needed upgrade. The real change that needs to take place resides in the culture of the profession and the agencies that you are going to. You now have the knowledge and the skills necessary to lead the charge and disrupt the old systems and cultures that have brought this profession and our society to the place where it is today. As law enforcement officers, again, you don't get to pick who you serve. That's something that you've heard from January 10th all the way up through now. And hopefully, by the representation or the reoccurrence of it in the themes or the speeches of the recruits, you've really taken that to heart. Because the only thing you get to pick is the agency you serve, but you don't pick the people who represent that community in which you will serve. Your actions must be fair and impartial. You must treat everyone with dignity and respect. You are the missing component to effect the change necessary to change the police community narrative and bridge the gap of broken relationships. So now it becomes your responsibility to honor the badge or shield you will wear. It is your responsibility to always be a person of integrity. It is your responsibility to be of good moral character and honor the public trust extended to you. It is your responsibility to always hold yourself accountable as well as your partners for your actions. You have to have the courage to step up and step out and stop hideous and horrendous acts from occurring. When you swear that oath, you swear an oath to protect the public and the community, even against the brothers and sisters that you will serve with. So it is your responsibility to always hold yourself accountable. It is your responsibility to always uphold the Constitution of the United States, your community, and the agencies that you will serve. I want to remind you to be vigilant, to protect your hearts. Keep normal friends. Keep people who are not associated with this law enforcement profession. Keep those individuals close to you. Those are the individuals, those are the people who are going to keep you rooted and grounded to the good in society. If all you hang out with or all you surround yourself with are people who are just like you, then you will become overly skeptic and cynical very early in your career. So keep normal friends, keep positive outlets so you can get rid of the things that you will have the tendency to see in this profession that you are seeking. To the families, continue to support your loved ones, for they are just at the beginning of the transformation as they transition into this career. When you see them come home with seemingly the weight of the world or the burdens of the world on their shoulders, if they're silent, just give them a moment. If they don't share with you the things that they've seen, it's not because they're not communicating or don't want to communicate with you. It's because of a sense of nature and nurture and care and wanting to protect you. They don't share those things, or they won't share those things with you to protect you. So be there for them, support them, encourage them. To the recruits, remember now that you are part of something bigger than yourselves. You are now a part of the GRCC Police Academy family, and again, entering one of the most noble, or one of the noblest professions on this earth. It has always been my challenge, and I'm going to say it again today, that you are better than I ever was any day that I wore the uniform. Not only are you better than me, but that you are better than the sum total of all of your instructors who you've had over the past months. Because you are a direct reflection of each and every one of us. Remember your core, your family values. Remember your implicit bias training. Remember your de-escalation training. Remember to treat people as human with respect and dignity. Honor yourselves. Honor your fellow recruits. Honor the police academy and the law enforcement profession. At this time, I want to ask the recruits if you will all stand. Left face. I'm going to ask that if he will, our department chair, Gary Ebels, will come and assist with the handing out of the certificates of completion. Forward, march. We have Ethan Anderson. Kayla Bachler. Taylor McKinney. No longer available, Ari. Nikos Rosser. Josiah Chomsky. Danielle Sierra. Tamara Sutton. Lauren Tompkins. Kenna Allen. Azalia Amaya. Theron Blake. And that was, I'm sorry to the family member. I know his name is Theron. It was like an insider joke from the academy. He would call himself as the Ron. So I didn't want the family member to jump me in the hallway. So Zachary Bootsma. Wendy Collin. Brian Duran. Harley Dykma. Francisco Escobar. Galarzo Gonzalez, or Gonzalo. Sorry about that. David Genslak. And I do apologize, I messed up. And I know G gives me such a hard time, and then I got up here, and I was trying not to mess up Francisco's name, because I've consistently messed up Francisco's name the entire academy, and I got that right and messed up G's name. So, sorry. Rebecca Hare. David Carroll. Joshua Lee. Troy Mangrum. Sean Marshall. Zachary Martini. Tanner McJilton. Nolan Meekoff. Tyler Metcalf. Cameron Rasmussen. You can just come up here before I get it, Cam. Go. I guess they're saying, look, he needs to speed this up. I know some of you are like, okay. All right. Levi Slaughter. Savannah Smith. James Zepp. Garrett Tremaine. And last but certainly not least, Joshua Woodworth. There are a couple of you on that front row that need to see me afterwards because we didn't make the trade-off. I saw you like, hey, what is he doing up there? But that's, all right. Let us give our recruits another round of applause. This time in our the ceremony, we have our pinning ceremony. As you can see, there are several young men and women who are wearing the uniform slightly different from the other recruits. These individuals have been hired or given conditional job offers prior to their graduation. And so we're going to, we'll call those agencies up, and when you hear the agency that you are representing or will represent, if you will come forward here, your agency representative will pin you, and then you will proceed back to your seat. Family members, if you want to stand up and come into the aisle and get pictures or snapshots of that portion, feel free to do so without trampling each other. So if we have representatives from Grand Rapids Police Department, would you please come forward? Come on down here, Lauren. Step in the hot seat. This light is like super hot, so I want to share some of that. We have representatives from Kent County Sheriff's Office, if you would please come forward, and those recruits as well. Do we have representatives from, and I apologize for getting slightly out of order, but from Grand Haven Department of Public Safety? If you will come forward, please. Kentwood Police Department. Hey, it is not as easy as it looks. Those shirts are brand new and they haven't been poked, so those, and the seamstress, I don't know how they get that thread so tight, but. Lansing Police Department. Better not fall. Manistee County Sheriff's Office. Muskegon Police Department. Ottawa County Sheriff's Office. Do we have a representative from Greenville Department of Public? Okay, all right. Wyoming Department of Public Safety. and Walker Police Department. So I want to just reiterate or just encourage you all this to the recruits, the graduating class. Just remember all of your training. Remember the private conversations that you've had with each individual instructor. Remember those friendships that you've made along the way. Most importantly, remember the oath. So this time, would you, Recruit Rosser, would you call them to attention and recite the oath one last time before we dismiss?
Squad, attention. Recite the oath.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me distinct honor and privilege to present to you the 2021 graduating class of the Grand Rapids Community College Police Academy. This concludes our service for this evening. We thank you for coming out. We ask that everyone continue to be safe and feel free to come up, take pictures of your loved ones, your recruit, your graduate. Everyone be safe and thank you.
Much for everything you've done. Appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Those of you who weren't recruits, listen up, listen up. If I can have your attention just briefly. Those recruits that were in the front row and we did not make the handoff, if you can please come up on stage so I can get you your challenge coin.